Tuesday WOD Talk. We are switching things up a little bit from our overhead pressing work. Went through a pretty aggressive pressing cycle last few weeks, so we'll take a little bit of a break from that. We're going to do some pull-up strength work, so we'll do this for a few weeks just to build some strength, build some volume in the strict pull-ups as we approach Murph, just getting some more touches on some things that are going to help us improve our Murph, our 20 rounds of Cindy Murph. So taking about 10 minutes to find a 2-rep max strict pull-up. Now this is kind of across the board for everybody depending on our strict pull-up strength or just where we are in our pull-up journey. So if we are able to obviously add weight and build our way up to find a 2-rep max strict pull-up, that would be the goal. Okay, if we don't have a weighted strict pull-up, we can build our way up to the lightest band that we can do 2 with. So we start with the heaviest band, the black or the purple band, and then we build our way up over 2 minutes. Okay, if we don't even have band-in pull-ups, right, we can progress our way down in the ring rows and find the most challenging spot where we can do 2 ring rows. So we just want to find something that we can kind of go off of as we move forward in the weeks because we're going to do sets and reps based off of these 2 reps or these difficulties. So, or if we don't really have any desire to find like the most challenging 2-rep pull-up, if we're using bands or ring rows, okay, you can kind of just treat this like an EMOM. Every minute you can do, 2 to 5 strict pull-ups of some sort, just accumulate some pull-up volume. That way we're getting something out of the 10-minute interval. So if we can find the heaviest 2-rep, we can use belts and weights. You can put weights between your feet. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. Or if we don't have, like I said, weighted pull-ups, right, we could just do a couple every minute and just get some pull-up volume, okay? So once we find the 2-rep max, we find something that's challenging for 2. So basically when the clock hits 10, we're going to go 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off for 2 to 3 sets just to get some more pull-up volume. And you're going to do this at around 40% of what we found for our 2-rep max. So, if you hit, I don't know, quick math off the top of my head, 40 pounds for this, 40, I'm not even going to try to do math, I don't even care. Something light enough where you could do more than 2 reps in the minute. So we're probably doing sets of 3 to 5, resting, 3, something like that. So we're getting some lighter volume, some drop sets for 2 to 3 sets. Okay, if we found kind of like a 2-rep max out of the bands for the unbroken, not the unbroken, for the 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off work, we should be doing ring rows. Okay, so something at a little bit lighter resistance or a little bit easier so we can get more reps. Or, if we use a super light band for the 2-rep max strip pull-up, we can do a heavier band and do more reps. So this isn't supposed to be unbroken strict. I just noticed that it's supposed to just be AMRAP strict pull-up. So we're going to do as many pull-ups as you can in the 60 seconds. So it's not just one set. We're going to do as many as we can. We're going to accumulate a little bit of volume. Okay, so basically just try to find the hardest 2-rep we can, and then everything else we do moving after that is just going to be a little bit less resistance, okay? Or more resistance, I'm sorry. The accessory work is 3 to 4 sets. You're just going to do 10 bent over rows. This will be our normal pronated grip, kind of like we did last week for all of the reps with the bench press on Thursdays, and then you're going to superset it with a supinated ring row burnout. So pronated, palms down for 10, and then you're going to do supinated ring row, so palms up for a burnout set, as many as you can do. So probably position yourself somewhere in the rings where you can do 8 to 10 plus. So a pretty good set. Okay. Big bulk of the workout is going to be 20 minutes. Every 5 minutes for 4 sets. We've got some interval stuff. So we've got a calorie row buy-in and then a 400-meter run. So every 5th minute, you're going to do both of these. And the goal would be to get them done quickly so you have some rest, but we're not necessarily going to have a ton of rest. But it should be something for calories on the row where we can probably do in 90 seconds to 2 minutes. I know that seems pretty fast, but each round we should have a little bit of rest. So you should be able to row a little bit faster than you normally would like to. And then we just cruise out the door for a 400-meter run. Come back. So ideally we're having, a minute rest here. So this is going to be, call it, a minute 45 to 2 minutes, a couple minutes, gives you a couple minutes and some change to get in and out the door. We're getting done at about 4 minutes. I think that's really good. Any faster than that, obviously, if you're a quick rower, you can get 20 calories in a minute at about, 12 to 1,300 calorie per hour pace for male. So it's moving pretty good. But if you're a pretty quick rower, you can get this done relatively quick. 90 seconds, get out the door, if you're a good runner, you could really get this done in 3.5 minutes. But that's obviously flying pretty fast. So if anything, pick a calorie count that's no more than 2 minutes, or set yourself a 2-minute cap. Get as many calories as you can in 2 minutes. Get out the door for the run. Same thing. Try to keep the run to somewhere around 2 minutes if we're doing that. That way we still have a 1-minute rest, because we don't want this to be a 20-minute AMRAP. This should be a portion that we are actually pushing more intensity on the rower, a little bit faster than we would normally like to run, and then having some kind of rest period where we can replicate intensity. And we don't want to just drag on for 20 minutes. So choose appropriate calorie number or time domain, 2 minutes, something like that. I think that'll be okay. So other than that, good Tuesday. Let me know if you have questions. See you in the class. If not, later. Toodles.